and I prayed that God would answer my prayers. And when my prayers weren't answered as a little boy, I realized that I needed to figure some things out. And I realized that all of the faith I had in Jesus was like a warm blanket, but it was also like a very powerful gun with no aim. So I can say with certainty that if I believe in something as ambiguous as a faceless man named Jesus, that it's very difficult to know what you have to know to believe in that person. And when you think about the teachings that Jesus imparted upon his disciples, he spoke in parables or riddles. And understanding the riddles was what I felt eluded a lot of Christians and a lot of non-believers. And there's plenty of enlightened people and people who found their way that have come before and after. I think the difference between what I'm trying to impart upon everybody else is that I've heard it said that pretend that everyone around you is Jesus in disguise. I thought that was very, very awesome. But one first has to think of themselves as Jesus with amnesia, and then pretend that everyone around them is Jesus in disguise to get the full picture. Because if you cannot see yourself putting the ear back on the soldier after it's been cut off, if you cannot see yourself raising that girl from the dead, if you cannot see yourself telling Lazarus to come out of that cave, that tomb, then it's not going to work for everybody else around you, because they're not going to see the light in you. So you have to start with yourself when you want to be the light, when you want to be love, like Jesus was. You want to be the one who saves everyone. I look back at several times in my life where I lost heart and I lost faith, and every time I'd fall, and I'd fall hard. And I had envisioned different futures for myself. I don't want to focus too much on the past, because it is the past and it is important. But all of my friends and family mean the world to me even to this day. And it's for that reason that I used my capacity to empathize with everybody that I've met so far to understand how many more people there are to empathize with, and how important all of those people's experiences are. So all of those prayers as a young boy, understanding that I have to go and answer those prayers for myself in order for God to realize that I'm someone who's worthy of having their prayers answered. was, I guess, the big reveal. So to this day, I live my life in partial servitude, and I have nothing but gratefulness for all of my hardships and I have nothing but thankfulness, and I believe the world really owes each other a lot of gratitude. Even the ones who have done everyone wrong and have messed this place up and have put their hearts and faith in the wrong things, they've created the climate for this perfect storm. The storm of everyone waking up to the reality that we all just need to love like Christ, and we all need to believe in ourselves and each other like Christ did. Because that's more important than turning Jesus Christ into the golden calf and worshiping him. That's not the key. That is not the way. It was a riddle. It was a parable. Each one of you is just as important. And that was the point of what he was saying. The least of these is just as important. That's why treating everybody like they are Jesus in disguise and treating yourself like you are Jesus with amnesia is the true secret. That was the true takeaway. If we could all do that together, which I know we will, and that's the beautiful realization that I'm having, is that we are doing it as we speak here. So I say, let us use all of our knowledge together. Everyone has their story. Everyone has their experience. No more empty prayers asking for favors. Let's do the work. For what is faith without works? Instead of beating a dead horse, let's love the dead horse back to life. Instead of preaching to the choir, have faith in the choir. And preach to those who do not know. Let's not forget anyone. I trust you. I believe in you all. I know you can do this. Just take the steps. Take the steps. Really take the steps. Spend that time. Could anything be more worthwhile? If it meant you could heal all the pain you've ever witnessed in anybody's life. Would you take the chance? I mean, would you forgive everyone the way Jesus forgave everyone? How many people have died in the name of these teachings? How many people have lived in horror, knowing what they've done? They were comfortable for a while, but then they got old, and then they got sick, and then they realized it really wasn't worth it. All of the evil deeds it takes to gain power, financial freedom, the house on top of the hill, the trophy husband or wife, the perfect child, the perfect family. What is it all without true love? I love you all. I love you all.